getting drafted, right? When no one thought you were going to get drafted, let's just say it, right? Most people didn't think you were going to get drafted.
I didn't even have, let's just call it spade spade. I didn't even have a draft profile. I didn't go to the combine. I didn't have my picture still on Madden is just a blank picture. If you're watching this, I need my picture. Like,
come on, Madden, let's get him a picture.
1 year down, we got to get, like, I can't keep showing up. And I got to, I'm not a 59. Like, I can complete a slam.
They got you at 59?
59?
That's like the punter's quarterback.
I know. It boosted to a 60 at the end of the, I just played it like a couple weeks ago, and I was at a 60. So I'm like, all right, put me in the 60 range. But I'm like, come on now.
What was draft day like when you got the call?
Crazy.
Did you know it was coming?
So
you had an idea?
So it was kind of a build for me. You know, the first month of the process was exactly that. Like, seventh, undrafted, not much conversation. Finally got in the room with some coaches, some scouts. Okay, I started to see myself, okay, maybe back end of day 3, probably still undrafted potentially, but like back end. And then it was like the last 2 weeks for me. You know, I went up to Green Bay on a top 30. I got around to a bunch of different, pro days for the different for the different teams. And I started getting some calls like that week of the draft from head coaches, from GMs. And I was like, I was telling my agent, I'm like, I know that they're not saying much, but I really do have a good feeling about it because I'm confident in my abilities, obviously, and as we all are. And for me, it was like, let me just get a chance. And that was really my message to them. Let me just show how much value I can add to your team. And it was. They actually traded. They traded for that pick, 149, my fifth round pick, and I was talking to my fiance, and I was like, I think that's my pick.
Really?
Like, I think they traded for my pick, and sure as hell.
Cool. When you saw the Green Bay area code come in, were you losing your mind?
I lost my mind because I
personally use Trineuro to lock in when performing a long project when I need to think really hard and it needs to get done in one of my businesses, like a website rebrand, a long newsletter, some content I need to write out, and it has been a game changer for me in the way I think. And the best part is I have a special discount code for you guys. So use the code NEXTUP20 at checkout for 20% off your order from Trineuro. Their website is TriNeuroSupplements.com. That's TriNeuro supplements.com. Use the code NEXTUP20 for 20% off your order.
So we were still setting up because it was the fifth. So we got in.
You're like, no way I'm going fifth round.
I got in like right as like the mid, like into our setup. We were still setting up. That's why it's funny. I don't know if you saw it went viral on the NFL video, because we didn't have even like the project. We didn't even have like a screen up because we were still setting up because I was like, okay, I'm hearing probably 6th or 7th at this point. But then the 5th round, we're like finally like getting everything so like situated. My mom was actually literally just coming down the stairs, and my dad was sitting next to me, and I see the call, and I just like look at him because you know how the draft goes. Like they could just be checking up. So I was like, is this it? And
but they just traded. So
so I was like, what does this look like? So I picked up the phone, and it was like, is this Sean Clifford? Just verifying. And they're like, all right, we're passing our GM, Gutekunst. And I was like,
it's happening.
Oh my God, it's happening. I just started bawling like automatically because it was just, how my story went at Penn State. I think a lot of, obviously this viewer, like these viewers with the Penn State fan base, it was a lot of ups and downs, but it was a lot of fun. And it really was in that moment that I realized like all that culmination of hard work.
No doubt. It was such a cool moment. Even like just knowing you from a little bit, like it was so cool to see you get drafted. And
appreciate that.
Again, like all you've been through at Penn State and the ups and downs and a lot more ups and downs, as Coach Franklin has said, right?
Of course,
but
the ups were awesome and the lows were terrible.
Just to see it all come to that point and be a 5th round pick when no one thought you would was really cool.